Good afternoon, educators. I'm Iza Aftarina from SMA NURIS JEMBER. As the government side of this motion stated that this house will give social service and skill training for gambling offenders rather than imprisonment. So the background issue why this motion appears itself is the huge amount of gambling in Indonesia still increased every year over and over again based on the data that stated by Ministry of Communication and Digital. In 2023, 3 million citizens involved. Instead, in 2024, active players increased to 8 million, even if imprisonment already exists. So, as the government side, we have to make the effective strategy to break this chain of gambling. But first, I want to state my principle as the government side that gambling offenders is not criminal actors, because when we're considering the root that the criminal actors itself, the one who did the criminal things, and it can harming other people. But gambling itself is just harming their own self, not other people. So that's why I'm standing here stated that gambling offenders is not criminal actors. That's why they should not imprisoned by the government. And the goal of this motion itself that the nation must take the role to provide an effective regulation instead of traumatic them as the victim. Because considering the roots as the government, their mindset, why they commit gambling is based on their economic background that comes from the low-income individuals. They need a fast movement to take the money through gambling. That's why, considering the roots itself, that we need to fix is their mindset, not by the punish them through imprisonment. For the following justification is, gambling offenders is not a criminal as my principle that has already stated. They are the victim because the only one who get harmed is their self, not others. So we as the government need to save them from the gambling through save them from their own self. When we're considering the roots of the massive amount of gambling that happens in Indonesia, in our country, that comes from low-income backgrounds that seek to earn money fastly. That's why, if the government imprison them, it will affect to their economy more decrease, and it cannot change anything. Because not all people commit gambling based on their interests, but their economic background. And it will happen over and over again and create vicious circle. So that's why we have to effective strategy. For the mechanism that I already provide is the government should maintain their welfare in order to help them to improve their condition through skill learning, and as long as they improve their skill, the government should give them the social service such as the basic needs like food, house, and health. And for the skill training itself, the goal is to increase their knowledge, creativity, to boost up their productivity for specific tasks or ability. It's aimed for when they come back to their neighborhood, they become a better and productive person. Instead, imprison them, it will make them more decrease in economic factors. And for the next justification is, imprison them is an effective and failed strategy because the gamblers not harm other people like criminals do. So why they isolated from other people if the gambler itself not harming other people? So prison is aimed for isolate the criminals, and the gambler itself is the victim. So that why imprison them is cannot change anything. That's why we as the government needs to provide them the social service and skill training. That's why I'm, as the government side, really propose this motion. Thank you.